The truth behind get-rich-quick schemes, hidden traps exposed. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's discussion. I'm really glad you're here, because we're going to talk about something that affects millions of people around the world. Have you ever seen an advertisement that promises to make you rich in just a few weeks? Maybe it was on social media, in your email, or even on a website you were browsing. These are called get-rich-quick schemes, and today we're going to uncover the truth behind them. Let me start with a story. Last year, my friend Sarah received a message on her phone. The message said she could make $3,000 in just 1 month by working from home for only 2 hours a day. All she had to do was pay a small fee of $200 to get started. Sarah was excited because she had been looking for extra income to help pay her bills. She almost sent the money, but thankfully she called me first to ask what I thought. This is exactly the kind of situation we need to understand better. Get-rich-quick schemes are everywhere these days, and they're becoming more clever and convincing. But here's the important truth. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. What are get-rich-quick schemes? Let's start with the basics. A get-rich-quick scheme is any plan or program that promises you can make a lot of money very quickly with little effort or investment. These schemes often claim you can become wealthy in days, weeks, or a few months without having special skills or working very hard.
Think about it this way.
If there was really a simple way for everyone to become rich quickly, wouldn't everyone be rich already? The reality is that building real wealth takes time, effort, and usually some knowledge or skills. These schemes come in many different forms. Some promise huge profits from investing in cryptocurrency or stocks. Others claim you can make money by selling products online or recruiting other people to join a business opportunity. Some even say you can earn money just by clicking on websites or completing simple tasks. The people behind these schemes are very good at making their offers sound legitimate and exciting. They use fancy websites, fake testimonials from supposed successful customers, and urgent language that makes you feel like you need to act immediately or miss out on a great opportunity. The psychology behind why people fall for these schemes. Now, you might be wondering why intelligent people fall for these schemes. The answer isn't simple, but it's important to understand. First, many people are struggling financially. When you're worried about paying rent, buying groceries, or covering medical bills, the idea of quick money can be very tempting. It's like seeing a glass of water when you're extremely thirsty. You might not think clearly about whether the water is safe to drink. Second, these schemes target our emotions, not our logical thinking. They use words like exclusive opportunity, limited time offer, and financial freedom. They show pictures of expensive cars, beautiful houses, and people on vacation. This creates strong feelings of desire and hope. Let me give you an example. Imagine you see an advertisement that shows a young person your age sitting by a swimming pool with a laptop, smiling and looking relaxed. The text says, "I used to work 60 hours a week at a job I hated. Now I work from anywhere I want and make more money than my old boss." You can do this too. This kind of message appeals to our dreams and frustrations. Third, many people don't have much experience with investing or business, so they can't easily tell the difference between a real opportunity and a fake one. It's like trying to identify a fake painting when you're not an art expert. You might be fooled by something that would be obvious to someone with more knowledge. Finally, some schemes use social proof to convince people. They show testimonials, success stories, and even fake news articles. They might say things like, thousands of people are already making money with this system, or as seen on TV. This makes people think the opportunity must be real because so many others are supposedly involved. Common types of get-rich-quick schemes. Let's look at some of the most common types of schemes you might encounter. Understanding these will help you recognize them when you see them. Pyramid schemes and multi-level marketing gone wrong. Pyramid schemes are probably the most well-known type of get-rich-quick scheme. Here's how they work. Someone recruits you to join their program. You pay money to join, and then you're supposed to recruit other people who also pay money. You get a portion of the money from the people you recruit, and you also get money from the people they recruit. The problem is that pyramid schemes always collapse. Think about it mathematically. If each person needs to recruit just 5 people, and those 5 people each recruit 5 more, by the 10th level you would need over 9 million people. Eventually, you run out of new people to recruit, and the whole system falls apart. The people at the bottom, which is most people, lose their money. Some multi-level marketing companies, or MLMs, operate very similarly to pyramid schemes. While some MLMs sell real products, many focus more on recruiting new members than actually selling products to regular customers. If someone tries to recruit you into an MLM and they talk more about recruiting others than about the products, be very careful. I remember a colleague who joined an MLM that sold health supplements. She was told she could make thousands of dollars a month. After 6 months, she had spent more money buying products and attending training events than she had earned. She also damaged some friendships because she kept trying to recruit everyone she knew. Investment scams. Investment scams promise huge returns on your money with little or no risk. They might involve cryptocurrency, foreign exchange trading, real estate, or other investments you might not understand well. For example, you might see an advertisement for a cryptocurrency trading robot that claims to make profits automatically while you sleep. They show fake charts and testimonials claiming people have doubled or tripled their money in weeks. The truth is, any real investment that could make such high returns would also have high risks of losing money. Another common investment scam involves fake cryptocurrency coins or tokens. Scammers create a new digital currency, promote it heavily online, and convince people to buy it. Once they have collected enough money, they disappear, and the cryptocurrency becomes worthless. Remember this important rule about investing. If someone guarantees you will make money, they are lying. All real investments have risks, and higher potential returns almost always come with higher risks. Work-from-home scams. These schemes promise you can make good money working from home with flexible hours and no special skills required. They often target parents who want to stay home with their children, students who need flexible schedules, or people who have lost their jobs. Some work-from-home scams ask you to pay money upfront for training materials, starter kits, or software. Others ask you to process payments or transfer money, which can actually make you an unwitting participant in money laundering. A common example is envelope stuffing. The advertisement claims you can make money by stuffing envelopes at home. After you pay the fee, you receive instructions that basically tell you to place the same advertisement to recruit other people. There are no real envelopes to stuff and no real income to be made. Another example is online survey scams. While there are legitimate companies that pay small amounts for completing surveys, Scammers create fake survey sites that either steal your personal information or ask you to pay money to access high-paying surveys that don't exist. Social media and influencer scams. With the rise of social media, many scams now use platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to reach potential victims. Scammers create fake profiles showing expensive lifestyles and claim they made their money using a simple system they're willing to share. These scammers often use rented cars, borrowed jewelry, or stock photos to create an image of wealth. They might post pictures of cash, luxury items, or exotic locations. Then they offer to teach you their secrets for a fee. One popular variation is the Forex trading guru scam. Scammers claim to be expert foreign exchange traders who make thousands of dollars a day. They offer to teach you their trading strategies for a price. In reality, most of these people have never successfully traded Forex, and the strategies they teach either don't work or are freely available online. Red flags. How to spot these schemes. Now that we understand the common types of schemes, let's talk about how to recognize them. Here are the warning signs you should watch for. Unrealistic promises. Be suspicious of any opportunity that promises unusually high returns quickly. Real businesses and investments take time to grow. If someone claims you can make thousands of dollars in your first week or month without having special skills or working very hard, that's a major red flag. Ask yourself this question: if this opportunity is so good, why is this person sharing it with strangers instead of just using it to make themselves wealthy? Pressure to act quickly. Legitimate opportunities don't disappear overnight. Scammers often use phrases like limited time offer, only a few spots left, or this offer expires at midnight to pressure you into making a quick decision without thinking it through. Real businesses want you to make informed decisions. They're happy to give you time to research, ask questions, and think about whether their product or service is right for you. Upfront fees. Be very careful about any opportunity that asks you to pay money before you can start earning. While some legitimate businesses do require initial investments, many scams use upfront fees as their main way of making money. If someone asks for money upfront, ask specific questions about what you're paying for and what guarantees they offer. Legitimate companies can usually provide clear answers and may offer refunds if you're not satisfied. Vague details about how the money is made. Scammers often keep their explanations vague because the details don't make sense or would reveal the scam. They might use confusing language, technical terms you don't understand, or simply say their method is proprietary and can't be explained. If you can't understand how an opportunity makes money, don't invest in it. Ask for clear, simple explanations. If the person can't or won't provide them, walk away. Focus on recruiting others. If an opportunity seems more focused on getting you to recruit other people rather than on selling products or services to regular customers, that's a warning sign of a pyramid scheme. Ask yourself, where does the money ultimately come from? In legitimate businesses, money comes from customers who buy products or services because they want them. In pyramid schemes, money comes from recruiting new participants. The real cost of get-rich-quick schemes. The damage from these schemes goes far beyond just losing money, although financial losses can be devastating. Let me explain the different ways these schemes can hurt you. Financial losses. The most obvious cost is the money you lose. This might be the upfront fee you pay to join, money you spend on products you can't sell, or time you spend working for free. For many people, this money represents their savings, money they borrowed, or funds they needed for essential expenses. I know someone who lost $5,000 to a cryptocurrency scheme. That money was supposed to be for his daughter's college tuition. The loss affected his family's financial security for years. But the financial damage can be even worse than the initial loss. Some schemes ask participants to recruit friends and family members. When those people lose money too, relationships can be damaged permanently. Emotional and psychological impact. Falling for a get-rich-quick scheme can cause feelings of shame, embarrassment, and depression. Many victims feel stupid for being fooled, even though these schemes are designed to deceive intelligent people. The emotional impact can be especially severe because people often have high hopes when they join these schemes. They might have imagined paying off debt, helping their families, or achieving financial freedom. When reality sets in, the disappointment can be overwhelming. Damage to relationships. Many schemes encourage participants to recruit friends, family members, and colleagues. This can put strain on important relationships. People might feel betrayed if they lose money on an opportunity you recommended. Even if they don't lose money, they might feel uncomfortable about being constantly approached with business opportunities. Some people become so focused on promoting their scheme that they alienate the people closest to them. Family dinners become sales presentations, and friendships turn into recruitment opportunities. Legal consequences. In some cases, participants in illegal schemes can face legal problems, even if they didn't know the scheme was illegal. For example, if you unknowingly help launder money through a work-from-home scam, you could face criminal charges. Some schemes also ask participants to misrepresent products or earnings to potential recruits. This can result in civil lawsuits or regulatory action. Opportunity cost. Perhaps most importantly, time spent on get-rich-quick schemes is time not spent on legitimate ways to improve your financial situation. Instead of learning real skills, building a genuine business, or making sound investments, you're chasing an illusion. The opportunity cost is especially high for young people who could be using their time to develop careers or gain valuable experience. Why these schemes persist. You might wonder why get-rich-quick schemes continue to exist if they're so obviously problematic. There are several reasons why they persist and even thrive. Easy to start and hard to stop. In our digital age, it's very easy for scammers to create professional-looking websites, fake social media profiles, and convincing advertisements. They can reach thousands of potential victims with minimal investment. When one scheme is shut down or exposed, the scammers often just create a new one with a different name and slightly different approach. It's like playing a game of whack-a-mole. Law enforcement and regulators can't keep up with all of them. Global reach. The internet allows scammers to operate across international borders, making it difficult for any single country's law enforcement to stop them. A scammer in one country can target victims in dozens of other countries. Sophisticated marketing. Modern scammers use advanced marketing techniques, including social media advertising, search engine optimization, and psychological manipulation tactics. They study what works and constantly refine their approaches. They also use legitimate-looking testimonials, fake news articles, and even celebrity endorsements, without the celebrity's knowledge or permission, to make their schemes appear credible. Desperation and hope. As long as people struggle financially, there will be a market for get-rich-quick schemes. Economic uncertainty, job losses, and rising costs of living make people more susceptible to these offers. Scammers are particularly active during economic downturns when more people are looking for alternative income sources. How to protect yourself. Now, let's talk about practical steps you can take to protect yourself from these schemes. Do your research. Before investing time or money in any opportunity, research it thoroughly. Search online for the company name plus words like scam, review, or complaint. Check the Better Business Bureau, consumer protection websites, and regulatory agency websites. Look for the company's physical address, phone number, and names of the people running it. Legitimate businesses are transparent about their ownership and location. Be especially careful with opportunities that have no negative reviews online. Real businesses always have some dissatisfied customers, so if you only find positive reviews, they might be fake. Ask the right questions. Don't be afraid to ask detailed questions about any opportunity. Here are some important ones. How exactly does the business make money? Where do the profits come from? If the answer is vague or confusing, that's a red flag. What are the risks? Any honest business opportunity will acknowledge that there are risks involved. Can you provide references from current participants who are not recruiters or salespeople? Talk to regular participants, not just the people trying to recruit you. Weigh your credentials and track record. Ask for verifiable information about the background and success of the people running the opportunity. Start small and move slowly. If you decide to explore a business opportunity despite some concerns, start with a very small investment of time and money. Don't quit your job, spend your savings, or borrow money based on promised future earnings. Take time to evaluate results before increasing your involvement. Real opportunities will continue to be available as you learn more about them. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, trust that feeling. Your subconscious mind often picks up on inconsistencies and warning signs before your conscious mind does. If you feel pressured, confused, or uncomfortable at any point, step back and reconsider. Legitimate opportunities don't require you to suppress your doubts or concerns. Seek independent advice. Talk to people you trust who have experience with business or investing. This might include family members, friends, financial advisors, or business mentors. Be wary of advice from people who are already involved in the opportunity you're considering, as they have a financial incentive to recruit you. Building real wealth, the alternative path. Instead of chasing get-rich-quick schemes, let's talk about proven ways to build wealth over time. These methods might not be as exciting as the promises you see in advertisements, but they actually work. Develop valuable skills. The most reliable way to increase your income is to develop skills that are valuable in the job market. This might mean learning new technology, improving your communication abilities, or gaining expertise in a specific field. For example, learning digital marketing, computer programming, or data analysis can lead to well-paying careers. These skills take time to develop, but they provide long-term earning potential. Start a legitimate business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, start with a real business that solves a genuine problem for customers. This might be a service business like tutoring, pet care, or home maintenance. It could be selling products you make yourself or products you source from suppliers. Real businesses start small and grow gradually. They focus on providing value to customers, not on recruiting other business owners. Invest wisely. Learn about legitimate investing options like index funds, real estate, or starting your own business. These investments can grow your wealth over time, but they require patience and education. Take time to learn about investing before you start. Read books, take courses, and consider working with a qualified financial advisor. Remember that all real investments involve risk, and higher potential returns usually mean higher risks. Budget and save. Building wealth starts with spending less than you earn and saving the difference. This isn't exciting, but it's the foundation of all wealth building. Create a budget to track your income and expenses. Look for ways to reduce unnecessary spending and increase your savings rate. Even small amounts saved regularly can grow into significant wealth over time through the power of compound interest. Build multiple income streams. Instead of looking for one opportunity that will make you rich, consider developing multiple sources of income. This might include your primary job, a part-time business, freelance work, or investment income. Multiple income streams provide both security and growth potential. If one source of income disappears, you still have others to rely on. What to do if you've been scammed? If you've already fallen victim to a get-rich-quick scheme, don't despair. Here's what you should do. Stop additional losses. First, stop putting any more time or money into the scheme. This can be emotionally difficult, especially if you've already invested significantly, but continuing will only make your losses worse. Cancel any recurring payments, close accounts associated with the scheme, and stop promoting it to others. Document everything. Gather all documentation related to the scheme, including emails, receipts, contracts, and promotional materials. This information will be important if you decide to report the scam or pursue legal action. Take screenshots of websites and social media posts before they disappear, as scammers often delete their online presence when their schemes are exposed. Report the scam. Report the scheme to appropriate authorities. In the United States, you can file complaints with the Federal Trade Commission, your state's Attorney General, and the Better Business Bureau. If the scheme involved investments, report it to the Securities and Exchange Commission. If it used the mail or interstate commerce, report it to the Postal Inspection Service or FBI. Reporting helps protect others from falling victim to the same scheme and helps law enforcement build cases against the scammers.
Seek support.
Don't be embarrassed about being scammed. These schemes are designed to fool intelligent people, and falling for one doesn't reflect poorly on your character or intelligence. Consider talking to a counselor or a therapist if you're experiencing significant emotional distress. Many communities also have support groups for fraud victims. Learn and move forward. Use this experience as a learning opportunity. Analyze what made the scheme appealing to you and what warning signs you might have missed. This knowledge will help you avoid similar situations in the future. Focus on legitimate ways to improve your financial situation rather than dwelling on your losses. The role of social media and technology. It's important to understand how social media and technology have changed the landscape of get-rich-quick schemes. These platforms have made it easier for scammers to reach potential victims and appear legitimate. Social media manipulation. Scammers use social media to create fake personas and lifestyles. They post pictures of expensive cars, luxury vacations, and large amounts of cash to suggest they're successful. Many of these images are either borrowed from other sources or show rented or borrowed items. They also use social media algorithms to their advantage. By creating engaging content and encouraging shares and comments, they can reach large audiences without paying for advertising. Be especially skeptical of financial advice or opportunities promoted on social media by people you don't know personally. Anyone can create a social media account and claim to be a successful entrepreneur or investor. Fake reviews and testimonials. Technology makes it easy to create fake reviews, testimonials, and even news articles. Scammers can purchase fake reviews, create multiple fake accounts to promote their schemes, or use artificial intelligence to generate convincing testimonials. Always verify testimonials independently. Look for full names, contact information, and verifiable details about the people providing testimonials. Cryptocurrency confusion. The rise of cryptocurrency has created new opportunities for scammers because many people don't understand how digital currencies work. Scammers exploit this confusion by creating fake cryptocurrency projects, promising guaranteed returns from cryptocurrency trading, or asking for payments in cryptocurrency because transactions are harder to reverse. Be especially careful with any opportunity involving cryptocurrency. While cryptocurrency can be a legitimate investment, the lack of regulation and understanding makes it a favorite tool of scammers. Teaching others and spreading awareness. One of the best ways to combat get-rich-quick schemes is to educate others about them. Share your knowledge with friends, family members, and colleagues who might be vulnerable to these schemes. Having difficult conversations. If someone you care about is involved in what you believe is a get-rich-quick scheme, approach the conversation carefully. Don't attack their intelligence or judgment, as this will likely make them defensive. Instead, ask questions that help them think critically about the opportunity. Ask about the specific details of how money is made, what happens if they can't recruit others, and whether they've actually received the promised returns. Share factual information about similar schemes and encourage them to research the opportunity independently. Protecting vulnerable populations. Some groups are particularly vulnerable to get-rich-quick schemes, including elderly people, students, people facing financial difficulties, and people with limited business experience. If you work with or care for people in these groups, help them understand the warning signs of scams and encourage them to seek advice before making financial decisions. The importance of financial education. Ultimately, the best defense against get-rich-quick schemes is financial education. The more people understand about legitimate investing, business, and personal finance, the less likely they are to fall for unrealistic promises. Basic financial concepts everyone should know. Everyone should understand basic concepts like compound interest, diversification, risk and return, and the difference between saving and investing. These concepts help people evaluate financial opportunities more effectively. Understanding these basics also helps people set realistic expectations about wealth building and recognize when promises are too good to be true. Where to learn more. There are many reliable sources of financial education, including books, online courses, community college classes, and nonprofit organizations focused on financial literacy. Be careful about financial education that comes with sales pitches for specific products or opportunities. The best financial education is objective and helps you make your own informed decisions. Conclusion: your path forward. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope this information helps you navigate the complex world of financial opportunities more safely and effectively. Remember that building real wealth is not about finding secret formulas or magic systems. It's about developing valuable skills, making wise financial decisions, and being patient with the process. The promises of get-rich-quick schemes will always be tempting because they appeal to our natural desires for security and freedom. But true financial security comes from understanding how money really works and making decisions based on facts rather than emotions. If you encounter opportunities that seem too good to be true, take time to research them thoroughly. Ask critical questions, seek independent advice, and trust your instincts. Remember that legitimate opportunities will still be available after you've had time to evaluate them properly. Most importantly, don't let the existence of scams discourage you from pursuing legitimate ways to improve your financial situation. There are many real opportunities to build wealth and create the life you want, but they require patience, effort, and realistic expectations. Thank you for taking the time to learn about this important topic. I hope this information helps you make better financial decisions and protects you from those who would take advantage of your hopes and dreams. Keep learning, stay curious, and remember that slow and steady really does win the race when it comes to building lasting wealth. If you found this helpful, please share it with others who might benefit from this information. Together, we can help more people avoid these traps and find legitimate paths to financial success.